Today's gonna be a little bit different, guys. I'm gonna be mounting this Holosun 507K optic on my Glock 43X. You have to do a little modification on the slide, so I'm gonna be figuring that out today and showing you how I go about doing that. This is what you get in the box. Got a nice plastic case, instructions, way to register your optic, the optic itself, pretty small, 2 sets of screws, and a tool for mounting it onto your firearm, and a cleaning cloth. The first thing we're gonna have to do is get the slide off, and to do that, you have to make sure your gun's empty, which I've done, nothing in the chamber. You have to bring the firing pin forward by depressing the trigger, and then there's 2 buttons on one on each side, and you have to pull those downward at the same time pulling the slide back slightly and then forward, and it will come right off. Then there's 2 screws on the top. This is a 43X MOS. This tool fits these screws to get the mounting area exposed. So that's what it looks like under the plate there. So the optic has 2 depressions in the front, but nothing in the back. And as you can see on the slide, there are 2 raised areas in the back that this sight will not sit down on. I don't know if you can see that, but there's space underneath there. So what I'm gonna have to do is file these off back here so that the optic will sit nice and flush on there. All right, so we're gonna wipe all the oil off this slide first of all, so we can get it taped up and protected. I don't have a mill, so I'm gonna end up just filing these off back here. That should keep me from touching the back here where I don't want to file and not digging into the bottom here. So we're going to put this in the vise, but we're going to make sure that we have something to protect it from the jaws. I'm going to take my time. I have a little bit of an aggressive file right now just to try to get the bulk of it off. Alright, that filing is going really slow, so I'm going to get this little grinding wheel. I'm going to mount it in my drill here and try to carefully speed that process up. You gotta be really careful that I don't go too deep. Okay, we are down on that side, so we're going to go on the other side and work on that one. Okay, well, we're going to finish the rest up with a stone. That way we can blend it all in, because we're touched a little bit on the outside there. I'll pull my tape back just a little bit, get a stone in there. This is a higher grit, or I should say a lower grit, and then I have a very fine stone here. So I'm going to hit it with the coarser grit first. And I'm trying to put pressure especially on the areas that where those nubs were, or whatever they're called, because that's the area I'm precisely trying to hit. You could probably use some sandpaper, just wouldn't be as flat. I'm not feeling any high spots, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to use this finer stone here just to polish it up a little bit more. Okay, I like that. As you can see, we've lost some of our black color there. So I'm going to use some of this. So what we want to do is clean this first with some denatured alcohol to make sure that bluing doesn't have grease to contend with. Okay, now we're just going to take a little of this bluing. Alright, we just rub this stuff on here. that's what we're dealing with right there. And as you can see in this particular hole here, there's actually a, I think that's part of the extractor mechanism, so we don't want to pinch that. So that's what we got right now. Holes are lining up real nice. I'm going to try a screw from the original. No, the original plate screws are not long enough. We're going to have to try one of the packs of screws that they give you. The one is real skinny screws, must be for a different firearm. So we're going to have to open these up. If I heard right, you for sure have to grind the right hand screw just a little bit. I'm already touching, I can feel it. So we're gonna take some off of that. Put the other side in though for now to hold this optic in place. Actually, they're both too long. This one's bottoming out too. So it looked to me like about 2 threads is what needs to come off. So that Loctite is about 2 threads up from the end. So I'm just gonna grind it back to where that Loctite starts. So this is gonna be a little tricky because I don't wanna ding this screw all up because I want it to look nice, but I gotta hold on to it while I grind it down. So I'm gonna put it in this rag here and then pinch over top of it. There we go. I think I'm gonna try just using this grinding wheel for a minute. Nope, I still gotta take some more off. I'm gonna use a little bit heavier grinding wheel. Alright, see what that does. I'd take a decent amount off of that to get it to go in there. I'd say, geez, four threads, 5 threads maybe? A lot more than I anticipated. No, maybe 3. It just took longer than I thought to get them off. So I'm just taking this duct tape, or this painter's tape, for some buffer, protect the head of that screw, and I'm just not putting a whole lot of pressure on it, but enough that I can hold it. I'm gonna loosen this side up so I can see if it's cranking down or not. I think this screw is a little longer than the one I already put in, so I'm gonna switch sides. Yeah, so this one has less space under the head than this one does, so I'm gonna swap sides, see if this one's short enough over here. Oh yeah, yep, as long as the gun fires, it should be good. See if this one fits on the other side. Yep. It's tightening down, so they're both tightened down. This one has to be shorter than this side slightly, I think. But I think we got both of them where they need to be. There we go. I don't know if you can see the optic in there or not. We're gonna get this thing put back together. All right, we've got their optic mounted on the slide now. So it should just be, slide it back on the bottom half here. You can see the sight in there, the optic. So it just happens to be raining today, so I can't sight this in, or I'm not going to. Now while I'm inside, I'm going to try to adjust this optic a little bit so it's ready to go. So I don't know if you can see that. My dot is really high right now, so I'm going to bring it down some. Height is on the top here, left and right is on the side. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit and see how it looks. One end of this tool, adjust it. I must be going the right direction. Brought the dot down some. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, that's pretty close. So I'm going to bring it a little bit to the left. Guess that's the wrong direction. A little bit more. It didn't take a long time to get this at least co-witnessed with the iron sights, you'd call them. Turning this screw counterclockwise moves your dot down. Moving this counterclockwise moves the dot left as you're looking through it. So it's a rainy day here, and so I was just working on a project that I could do inside, so have to do some sighting on another day. But that's all I got for today, guys. Until next time, good luck with all your projects.